So here goes a message to you, to my friend, to my emotionally close but physically distant friend, to a friend with whom I have spent a lot of time and shared a lot of things: music, cinema, a lot of films, a lot of books, a lot of thoughts as well. You have said, like, I am one of the only few people who have known you truly. I am I am the person who has known you for who you are, and there is a reason, I guess, that it rarely happens with you, as the people you trusted before this time, you, the people you trusted maybe had used it against you all the time. The emotions that you had shared, the traumas that you had shared, the fears, the your idea of happiness and everything, and that did turn you into this person who trusts rarely. And it's right, I guess, and it's fair for you to not trust people, as the world is filled with bad people, I guess. People who do not have their moral compass at the right place, people who are conditioned to take advantage of someone else's situations, their pains, their sufferings, and that did make you trust fewer and fewer people. And to be honest, I am honored to be one of the few that you trust. And the thing that happens, I guess, when you express this feeling of trust is people feel like they have a right to say things about you, to say things to you which are mostly sensitive, maybe in your sight, in your perception. And 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 it does make you push them away, as you are unfamiliar with these feelings, this movement of being seen. Like, there have been very less people that you trusted, and that does make you unfamiliar with love in the end. Like, love feels like an unfamiliar emotion. It feels like a threat than something that might comfort you. And I relate to that in a way. But the thing is, and I know that your defenses put themselves up whenever someone whenever you put your trust into someone. And that's natural, to be honest. And knowing this all makes me fear if I can, like, say those say all this to you on your face, because I cannot. Like, I fear your defenses will rise up and you will push me away, and that's highly possible, I guess. So here I am, like, expressing my emotions to the universe, and maybe trying to suggest something to you and to the likes of you, to all the people who are alike to you, who have been betrayed by their loved ones, and who have been taken advantage of whenever they try to be vulnerable at a place. And I see myself as that place, as that safe space where you have always been vulnerable to. And I'm grateful for that. I feel honored for that. And I do have a few advices that come to my mind when I see you. But of course, as as whatever I have known you, I know your defenses, they will take no time in acting up, they will take no time in pushing that feeling away. Like whenever you feel loved, you don't trust it, and you have every right to not trust it. And that makes me fear, and the fear is immense for me to overcome. Like I cannot say this to your face, and the things I wish to say is, even on knowing that the pain you have is there from a time when you were young, and it has been there since, like forever. It has been 20, 25, 30 years of that pain staying with you, and you have always thought about it, you always sat with it, and now you know all the reasons for it. Like you have known, you have realized why these things happen, and why you act a certain way when something unfamiliar comes up, when love shows up, and you have been there for a long time, and the pain you have is too sensitive for me to touch it. Like it's too sensitive of a topic for me to touch. And but however sensitive it is, and however painful it is, know that I understand that pain and that suffering that you had to go through, despite it not being your fault, despite people blaming you for it. People are shit, don't listen to them. And I know that I have known, and I get every bit of it. Like I can understand, and even I can feel a lot of that. And I do feel like I am in no place to judge you or to say even these things to you, and that's why I'm here making this video, or whatever distant message this is. So if any one of you relates to this distant friend of mine, anyone who is watching this video, know that I'm trying to say something, and know that I maybe just assume it, for the sake of this movement, that the person who is saying this all, me, knows a little of your pain, and a little of all the sufferings that you had to go through throughout years, throughout your life to this date. Just assume it for this moment, for the sake of this moment, and know that I can be wrong, and that I too am a human, but I think I had to say this, and that's why I'm saying this, that you have to, like, you have been sitting with that pain for years, and have been seeing the world through that single lens for years. Like, and that didn't change anything. Like, I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that it that you maybe were stupid to be and stay with that pain. No, I'm not saying that. You have every right to stay with that pain, you had every right to. But the thing I am saying is, you have been carrying it for long, and now you have known why. You have realized multiple things about yourself, that why you act in a certain way, that why you push people away, and that why you create distance when someone approaches you, and why you feel, why you don't feel safe while being vulnerable, and all these things. And 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 the thing I have realized is that it has, the time it has spent with you, the time your pain has been with you, the time your suffering has been with you, it made you think like it's a part of you. Like it fooled maybe you into thinking that that's the only lens you can through which you can see the world, and that's what I see happening. Like whenever you try and strike a conversation with anyone, the topics that come up are almost the same every time. Your pain comes in, and and I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that it is wrong to have your experiences, to have your traumas in every conversation. It is not wrong. It is very brave of you, and I admire that courage that you have to voice out all your emotions, and I truly admire that, as I myself cannot do that, and I have tried, but I have failed miserably each time that I tried. And it takes a lot courage to voice out your sufferings and pain. So the thing I wish to say is, now maybe it's time to put that pain, the suffering, the experiences aside for a while. Put them to a place where you yourself can ignore them for a moment. Like, I know it's next to impossible kind of thing. It's like putting your skin aside, peeling off your skin and putting it aside. It's that painful, but this is something that has to be done. As and I have known, like, you wish for things to change, and for things to change you have to change yourself a little bit. That's the only way. That's how we evolve, I guess. If we stay the same, the things that that will happen to us will stay the same. It will follow the same pattern unless you change, unless you try to change, even at simpler levels. You have to make a change, and that is what I wanted to say. Like, if we wish to have a better tomorrow, we need to change things, and we need to put that pain aside for a while. And there is one more thing that I wish to say. Like, you have told me that you have observed that people, after a certain time staying with you, distant distance themselves from you. And the reason why that happens is, you at times don't give people, or fail to give people, the space to be vulnerable as well. Like, the bonds, the relations we have, they work only when the emotions flow both ways. Like, the bond between me and you will last only if both of us get the same, or both of us get an opportunity or a chance to be vulnerable. Like, if I am listening to you all the time, you need to, like, you are bound to give me the same space as well. Like, and the pain, the sufferings that you have been carrying for this long, I often feel like there is no space for me to be vulnerable. And I did try to communicate my pain, my suffering as well, and I found out that you were not able of listening to those, as your mind was preoccupied by your own story. and that's one thing that maybe makes people to create a distance between you and them, and that will keep happening, I guess, if you fail to put that suffering a little away for a while. And and this is one of the things I wanted to say. And there is a plus part to it is, like, when you when you give people a chance, give your friends a chance to be vulnerable, your mind can get to listen to different stories. Your mind will have its a part of its space occupied by someone else's stories, and that will help you in putting out those miseries, those pain, those years of traumas. And that will maybe at a time will give you a feeling of being helpful to people, I guess. And that's a good feeling. And at this point, every positive feeling that you can have is a must to have, like the space that you are in. So if you have a friend who always listens to you, who is always there for you, mm, just make sure you give that friend a space, a little space, or you value his or her emotions equally. Like when your friend tells you that they are they have been feeling down, they have been feeling low for a while, make sure you attend their emotions as they attend yours. And that's how we humans work. Like that's one of the ways for you to get out of this pattern that you have been a part of for years. And and that's one thing, I guess, that you need to change in yourself. And and that's how you will be maybe get familiar with the ideas of friendships, the ideas of love, without your defenses acting upon without your will. I know right now your defenses do activate themselves without your permission, without you being conscious about it. And at times that keeps people away, even the right ones. And I have known that you have been hurt before by these feelings and by these kind of situations where you tried to be vulnerable and you have been taken advantage of. But but if you wish to look at a better tomorrow, then at some point you have to give up on these defenses for a moment. You have to try to trust people, and you should try to listen to them as well as they listen to you. Because, like, if 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 there is a person who is listening to you, and if that person is trying to be vulnerable to you, and when at that point you don't give that attention, or you don't attend that emotion with the same weight or same importance as the person has attended yours, it feels like you are not reciprocating. And although most of the relations we humans share are not transactional, but it maybe comes upon self-respect for a few people, I guess, that it makes them question if they are bound to be on the receiving end all the time, and that's not a good feeling in a way to have. So it goes like it sounds like a one directional friendship, if I'm sentencing it right, if I'm articulating it right, I guess. So this was the message. I don't know, whatever I have said, I just said it as it came to me, and this is the message that I wish to share with you and to all the people that can relate to the things I have said about a friend that I have. So make sure like you try and trust people and try and attend their vulnerabilities as they try and attend yours, because and know that you have to change at a certain point if you wish to break the pattern that has been going on for years. As there is, if there is, like, you do know this, if there is no change in the input, or if there is no change in behavior, or if there is no change in your emotions, if there is no change in your behavior is the right word, I guess, there won't be a change in the patterns that your psychology follows. There will be no change in the patterns that your emotions follow. You have to make a change somewhere. And the way I see it, this is the place that you need to change, that you should change, and this is an advice that I cannot give to people on their faces. As I have said already, life has been unfair to you, and it has been cruel, it has been unkind, it has brought nothing but suffering to your home, to your path, to your heart, and that did make you feel like you cannot trust people. And that's right, and I am not saying that it is wrong. I know that I know these things, and that's why I cannot say it to your face, as I know the consequences of it, and I fear that. Fear I have this fear of losing you, or I have this fear of you or me, or having this distance between ourselves. And I know that's how your defenses work, and that you cannot help it, and that I won't be able to help it if that ever comes up. So this is just my way of advising you through expressing my thoughts to the universe, maybe, or through this platform, or whatever this shit is. So I hope that this video reaches to people, to the right people, and it doesn't get translated into something that I didn't intend to. But that's all I had to say, I guess. And I guess I have done my part, and all that is left is for the right for this video to reach the right people. I don't know how the algorithm works and how it will translate, or how it will push this video to people who really need to hear that. But that's all I can do, and that's all I'm doing. So, yep, that was it, I guess. This is your boy, Lost Kid Jack, signing off. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, be kind, be empathetic, and preserve your heart, as that's where all the answers lie. That was it, I guess. And sorry if I have communicated something wrong, I guess. So that was it. Take care. Good night.